All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Computer's good to go. Welcome back in, guys. Trey Lowell here with Lowell Productions. Today's video is more of a request in regards to matching cameras. So let's be honest, not all of us have the luxury of having identical cameras. Like myself, I tend to shoot with the Panasonic GH4 and the Panasonic GH5, but then as far as my behind the scenes cameras go, it's definitely going to be something like an action cam, a GoPro, and even for this video, we went with the old faithful Rebel T5 from the past. Now, a little bit of background in regards to setup on all these cameras. Went ahead and did auto white balance, and as far as our actual color profiles, we went with standard all around. Now, did that on purpose because I really do feel like most people that are going to use this particular hack, or I guess tip, in regards to matching cameras. Now, this isn't the only way. This isn't 100% science, and let's take in consideration we're not shooting log or flat profiles with any of these. So here we go. We are now up in our editor. We are using Multicam, which I've done in the past. If that's something you're not familiar with, I'll put a link up top here so you can go understand the Multicam function within Final Cut. Okay, so now we are up in our Multicam clip. Obviously at the top, we have our audio. That's going to be just my particular choice for this edit. And then we kind of scroll down and we've got our Canon Rebel, we've got the on-reel, the GoPro, and the GH5 at the bottom. Normally I'd have my main cam at the top, but I just brought the files in this order, so the GH5 got put at the bottom. We're going to go to the GoPro shot. We have the little computer icon here at the left. We're going to activate it, and then we are actually going to open up all our settings here. We're going to match this to the Panasonic GH5. So you're going to come to this little magic wand here that's kind of just above the timeline here. We're going to go match color. And we are clicked on the GoPro, but we want to match it to the GH5 shot. So we will go to where, there we go, click on it. It's going to ask us if we want to apply that match. We say yes. And this at least gets us a little bit closer to looking like that Panasonic GH5. Now sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't, but what I do find, if you're actually shooting in flatter profiles, you've actually got the correct white balance and everything like that, this really does come in handy. But this is going to be something that will get you closer to a matching look in regards to all these different cameras. Now we're going to repeat that step, going to our old faithful on-reel, go to our little computer, make it blue. We're also then going to come to the magic wand again, match color. Once we get there, we're going to go back to the Panasonic GH5 shot. There we are. It's going to say apply match. We're going to go yep. Boom. So we've got that. And then we are also going to go to our Canon Rebel. Now this is going to be the closest kind of like, I guess, beefier camera. So this is the one that we're really going to want to try to get as close as possible to matching. We're in that Canon Rebel. We're going to activate it, so we're now seeing it. We're then going to go to our magic wand. We're going to go to match color, come back down to the GH5 again, boom, hit that there, apply match. Okay, so at this point, the reason that we did that is we are just within our multicam clip, because we're going to be cutting between cameras. We've kind of gone ahead and matched them in regards to all of the different cameras to the Panasonic GH5. Now that does not mean that we're done here. Now we're going to go back into our main timeline, which we already have up here. As you guys can see, I've already done a little bit of. All right, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 computers editing and cutting. Now, the last thing that we're pretty much going to do here is we've got our GH5 is going to be our first shot, and this is then where we're going to go individually manipulate the color grade a little bit, bring up the highlights, bring up the darks, fix a little overexposure, and we're going to start with our main shot, which is the GH5. So coming up here, and I'm actually going to use color wheels. Also going to go and do video scopes. See what it's telling me. It definitely says the highlights are a little bit overexposed. If you guys are wondering. And we're going to just bring them down a little bit. I'm cool with how the shadows are. We're going to bring those midtones down. And then we're just going to add a little bit of saturation, just a hair more. Okay. And for me, that's fine. Okay, then we're going to go to the GoPro here. This shot, definitely you can see up here, right there, it's definitely our highlights are overexposed, so we'll come here and we're just going to bring them down a little bit. Trying to bring it down anywhere between 100 and 75, just so it's at least doable. And really what it is that main light is just completely overexposed. As far as the shadows go, they're definitely low enough. The midtones will just crank down just a hair, and then once again here is where we'll just do a little saturation. Ooh, definitely don't need that much. I'm thinking we're just going to kill these midtones quite a bit to get it to be a little bit closer to the GH5 look. And you guys can kind of see, go to the on reel here, and wheels, similar here. We've got a little bit of overexposure, but all I think I'm going to do is actually crank down the midtones a little bit. And then the highlights, I'm going to go up a hair, but then I'm going to bring the shadows down a hair. And then our Canon Rebel. This one, I think all we need to do, wheels, I think the actual shadows are just a little crushed, so we're going to bring those up a hair. Then I'm going to bring the midtones down, add a dip of saturation. Okay, then we're going to go back into our main timeline real quick. We will escape from the video scopes, get out of our settings, make this a little bit bigger here. And yeah, there you guys can see. We'll go 50% here, bring this down a little bit. So yeah, we've got the main GH5 shot. We've got the on reel, which was going to be over here. That's how we matched that. And then we also have the Rebel. We're looking at that currently, looking pretty solid. Flipping back to the GoPro, which is going to be our most BTS. Only thing I'm seeing here is the saturation looking a little bit different, but overall it's still looking pretty solid. And then we're back to that GH5 being our main shot. We'll make this a little bit smaller here. And yeah, that is, in a nutshell, how I go about kind of getting closer to making all of these cameras look similar. Like I said, we had auto white balance all around. As far as profiles, shooting standard profile with all of them. So colors are exactly what's going to come right out of each of these cameras. So what am I trying to get at? In a nutshell, if you were shooting flatter profiles, if you were shooting white balances that were all matched, you're going to get way closer to a more of a guaranteed matching. But what I do find time and time again is every camera is going to be a little bit different in regards to what it does to colors, skin tones, ISOs, profiles, you name it. But I hope you guys found this useful in regards to if you're stuck with whether it be a GoPro, whether it even be an iPhone, and then you've got a nice beefy camera, or you're just shooting with multiple different cameras. This is my recommendation and at least a good starting point in getting your footage, your camera angles to look a little bit more alike. So hey guys, it's Trey Lowell with Lowell Productions, and if you found this video useful, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like the content I keep creating on this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next video.